What's up? What's up? Oh my gosh. Everything is murked right now. Hopefully the stream looks good. I don't know. Mine looks a little laggy on this end, but let me see actually if I push this down. No, it looks fine. Okay, great. Beautiful. Everything is absolutely getting murked right now. No one knows what to do. Okay. And I was talking about this earlier inside of the gold group in verified investing, inside of the Discord where I do the TA as well. And man, wouldn't it be nice if there was like some guy that like called out the 74K level like a bunch of different times and the 70K level? Wouldn't that have been nice if we had somebody like that? Wouldn't that have been really cool to know? Like, I don't know, how many weeks ago? How many weeks ago was that? Wouldn't that have been nice to know, like, 3 weeks ago on March 16th that, you know, we could be going here and then we could be hitting 71K after that and then even potentially, you know, 64K. Just saying, wouldn't it be nice if there was some guy that did that stuff and was like, yo, I'm not going to sell you a bunch of hopium. I'm going to tell you the real deal, Holyfield. Does anybody know a guy like that? I don't know. I don't know, man. All I know is that the markets are getting absolutely demolished right now, and I made $12,000 in like a day. Okay? And I, again, shared all of this. I don't even have my braids on today. It's been that wild. It has been that wild. If anybody's here from Twitter, scroll up and hit the follow button. We've been shouting out these levels for months. We've been shouting out these exact levels for months. We're hitting them. I gave you guys a trade last week. I believe it was on Monday or Tuesday. I made $8.5 grand on that trade. I posted it on Twitter, showed you my profits. I posted it in my Discord, showed my profits, gave people the exact trade, the exact setup, the exact everything. You could have actually even made more, right? You could have, because I sold it at like, I believe 78, 79K. And then I just longed it after that. No one knows anything like that. And no way they would have some Viking braids. I've never heard of a guy that does stuff like that, that calls out the real levels and tells people, you know, and gives people real trades for free 99 on their channel. So again, if you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. If you're here from YouTube, make sure you like the video. Seriously, please. It's like one of the only things I've ever asked of anybody. Just support the channel, man. I try to support you guys by giving you good content, by giving you entertaining streams, by giving you real levels, real trade ideas, real trades, man, and just real deal Holyfield, real Drew, right? So welcome to the Wolfer Power Hour. I'm not like all these other streamers where I got to shout out 42 sponsors before every single friggin' stream, and you got to wait until the 30-minute mark for me to start doing TA. I'm also not like the other streamers that go through and shout out every single person in their chat, because as much as I'm sure you would love that, I don't think it accomplishes much. We all know you're here for the real reason, which is the TA. And I know that that annoys me when I watch people's streams when they're like, oh, shout out Johnny Bags, man. Shout out James. Crypto Hands. So here's what we're going to do. No fluff. No fluff. Straight raw dogging it. Raw dog it. Now, if somebody sends a super chat, like, obviously we slam through the chats and stuff like that. I get that. But, like, dude. I gave these trades out. I showed my everything in the Discord. This was the trade that I was talking about. We took it from, like, dude, it was like 86, 87K Dude, I averaged in. I took profits like 6 different times. I averaged back in. Like, it was a massive trade. It was a massive trade. We made $8.5 grand on that. We took profits yesterday. It was a 4-day trade. Made $2,000 a day. We took this trade. It took 3 hours. I gave this live in the Discord. If you had taken this trade, you would have made 1.3K on a $5,000 trade in 3 hours. Then I took this long. I made $480 on it. It wasn't that awesome. And then we took this trade as well. $1,500. And I can just show you this trade. This trade is still open. $1,500 profit locked in on this long, $400. Do the math. You add it up. I'm not going to go any further into it. Let's get into the TA, man. So we've now, okay, so we broke out of the, whatever it's called. Where's that? Descending triangle. Okay. What's a descending triangle, you may ask? Well, luckily Drew always brings, his handy dandy stuff. Descending triangle. If you want these documents, tell me in the comments section. If you want me to look at any altcoins, tell me in the comments section. I only have so much time today. I've got other things to do. The markets are going crazy. There's a lot of money to be made. Don't freak out, but be careful when you're trading on these highly volatile days, okay? S&P got murdered. Crypto got murdered. Even gold is going down today, right? Do not shoot the messenger. We have a descending triangle that we broke out of, right? So if you look, we broke out, up, we back tested it, boom, right? And then guess what happened? This then became a pivot point that we dipped under, but guess what? We reclaimed it. If we lose this, whoops, my bad. If we lose this level again, which is right around $77,800, okay? If we lose this level again, I can almost assure you we're going to be coming down to about $72,000 no matter what. And the bottom end of this is probably 64 to 66,000. Okay. That's just what it is. Okay. And this is a massive, massive descending triangle. Okay. We also had this falling wedge that we are still trying to maintain. Okay. And we are above it. So the bullish case scenario for this, as soon as you get above $85,000, you can start thinking about having a bullish scenario here to where you're going to $92,000 in the 1.618 Fibonacci on this retracement right here, okay? Now, secondarily, we have officially broken out of the 1 week bear flag. Unfortunately for everybody, I know, okay? It sucks. I know. It is what it is. I'm here to report what actually happened. So, in any case, this is the bear flag on the 1 week chart, okay? If we break below this 50 moving average at about $76,800, it's bad news for Bitcoin. We're coming down to 69, all right? It's just what it is. Keep that level in your mind. Then we have the bull flag on the monthly chart, okay? And as you can see, we front ran the 0.618. If we break down here and we come down to about that, call it $69,000 level, as you can see, we kind of filled this fair value gap on the monthly too. This was a fair value gap, all right? We filled that entire gap. So it could be upwards trajectory from here. Spoiler alert. I took my first DCA into altcoins last night, when all of this crazy stuff was happening. Everybody was selling, going crazy, freaking out. I took 25% of what I'm willing to put into altcoins for like long-term, whatever bags, like spot bags. I put 25% into those spot bags. Everything from Avalanche all the way down to VeChain, Ethereum, Solana, all of it, man. Top 100, basically. Okay. So just watch this key level, 72.6 has to hold, okay? It's a very key critical level, and if you go back on the daily chart, you'll see why it's a key critical level, and it is because that is where you close those previous all-time highs, right here, sorry. 72.7, okay? It intersects that 0.618 perfectly. So 72.5 to 72.7 could be your bounce point. If you want to know why I have my full position take profit there, there's a reason. There's a reason. There's always a friggin' reason, man. So that's why. All right. I'm not saying that that's the bottom. I think 64 is still in play. 66 to 64 is still in play. But there's your monthly bull flag, right? Let's see what happened on this bear flag. Yep, that played out. That played out perfectly like we were talking about on the 1 hour chart. Boom. Right to it, man. Right to it. And then it went even further. That played out perfectly. Don't need to have that on here anymore. What about that 1 day rising wedge, right? On the daily chart. Boom. Played out. Full target. I'm just saying, man, these charting patterns matter, okay? I'm giving you all this stuff for free. Here's the bear flag. Shows you how it plays out. Here's the, what's it called? Here's the rising wedge. Shows you how it plays out, right? I show you all this stuff live in real time, man. We don't play around. That played out. That's done. That's over with. Now you've got massive resistance at $84,000 because of that rising wedge. What about your other 1 hour bear flag? Of course, that played out. Done. What about your 4 hour bear flag? Boom. Perfect extension, right? Perfect extension. Couldn't have drawn it any better myself. Almost exactly. Candle closes to the T. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying, right? Then you've got your fib retracement here that's got a textbook 0.618 retrace. That's why I shorted here. I started shorting from about, I think it was like 79 all the way up to about $81,000. That's why I have an average of about 79,300. I wish I could have gotten it at exactly 80,007, but unfortunately I wasn't 100% sure that we were going to retrace all the way back to the 0.618. I was like, what if we front run it? So I was okay DCAing from, the 0.5 all the way up to the 0.786. I'm good with that. So that's exactly what I did. That's what I did. Did I short on a VPN? I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question, R. Gilbert. Did you get out of your Cardano bag is a better question, R. Gilbert. Did you get out of your Cardano bag, my friend? Because that's why we're shorting right now. We're shorting all types of stuff. Okay. I don't know, man. Here's the entry on gold too. Average entry was like 29.70. Let me make sure. Yeah, here's the average entry on gold, by the way. I've been talking about this retrace for a minute, back down to the 0.618 right here at 29.60, the 200 moving average on the 4 hour chart, and the bottom end of this trend channel. I said you can take 3 entries there and, maybe put 50% of what you're willing to risk, and you can even average in on the way down to the 786. You don't have to, but you can, right? That's what I did. I'm 29.70. I called this out in the Verified Investing Gold group as well. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a pro trader. That's me, verifiedinvesting.com. I'm the gold guy. So do with that information what you will. But all I can say is, man, we've been calling these levels for a minute. We've been calling these levels for a minute, man. Go back, fact check me, scroll back. I don't care. I have no reason to sit here and lie. You can literally go back on my channel and tell me if I'm real or not. Go ahead and do it. All right. What do we need to see? What do we need to see in order for us to get back bullish, what do we need to see? Well, let's go to the 1 hour chart first and foremost. I think we need to go to the 2 hour chart on this, actually, because like there's too much data. We can't see shit now. Okay. High. Higher low than the previous low. Higher high than the previous high, right? Now what? Lower high. Lower low, right? Lower high. Well, that's not even, I don't even count that as the high. But this is the lower high. Lower low. Lower high. Count whichever one you want, right? Lower low. This is macro. This is not micro. Lower high. Guess what? Lower low, right? So in order for you to become bullish, you need to take this level out, $89,000. We've been talking about that for quite a few days as well. In order for us to get back bullish, well, okay, you don't have to take that level out immediately. I will say that. You do not have to take that level out immediately. You can come up here and maybe you get to 84K, and then you just need to set a higher low, and then you need to take that level out, right? That's really what it comes down to. But on the way there, here's what you also have to do. You got to take out this $82,000 to $83,000 range, which is where this downtrend is on the daily chart. Very, very critical downtrend, right? And in order to do that, you got to flip this, and now you got to start getting above these moving averages. So then your secondary aspect is $87,000. And then guess what? 92. Okay, that's how we get back bullish. Now, I'm not saying that like you can't be bullish right now. For God's sakes, I bought, you know, a decent amount of altcoins right here. Okay, last night I bought some altcoins. Okay, yeah, do whatever you want, man. Here's your other bear flag that played out perfectly. Bam. Right? We can delete that. We know that played out. Swing high to the swing low. You got a 786 retrace. Boom. Now what we want to do is we want to see where can we go. Best case scenario, 86K. I don't think there's any bullish charting patterns here. I also don't think there's any bullish divergences. But we can check. Let's see about the 1 week bull flag. Okay, so the 1 week bull flag gets us support at 72.5. If we bounce from there, dude, I mean, literally Bitcoin, if we bounce from there and we get outside of this bull flag, I mean, Bitcoin's going to, 120, 121 at the least. And, if it gets a full extension on this, 127. Pretty wild stuff. We got to hold this 50 moving average, which I don't think we're going to do. I think we're coming down to about 72.5, 72.7-ish, right? You could even come down to 71.4, 71.5, where these closes are, right? Because again, I mean, you also have a fair value gap right here that takes you down to 73.6, which you basically filled. I get that. Let's get that off of here. So from the all-time high to the ultimate swing low, let's see what that does for us. Okay, so we've got almost 0.236 retrace. That gets us to 82.5. You got to get above that level, man. 82. Yeah, I mean, 82. 82.5 is like your level to be bullish, man. Just is what it is. Yeah, you're still in this downtrending channel. In order to get above that, you need to get above 83.5. So 82.5 to 83.5 is like your real level. You get back at 84K, like you're looking really good if you get to 84K, is my point. Maybe even a little bit further than that, but yeah, probably 84K. As you can see, we came right down to that demand zone that I've been talking about for a long time. What's that demand zone called? Does anybody know? The must hold demand zone. And you tapped it. You tapped it perfectly. Boom. Okay, you front ran it by like $800. Big whoop, right? So you front ran that bad boy. Everything's looking good. And now let's look at our FRVPs. We need to see what the heck's going on with these fixed range volume profiles. Ugh. Came back and got immediate rejection from the value area low. I mean, this stuff's textbook, man. This stuff is textbook, man. So my guess, you're going to come down here. You're going to come right back up. You got to gain that. I mean, 84 grand. Guess what's there? The friggin' point of control, man. That's just the local FRVP. If we look at the micro FRVP, which is, if we go to the 4-hour chart, I'll show you what that is. That's from the all-time high to where we are now, right? We just bounced off of the value area low. And guess where the value area high, or the point of control is? You guessed it, $84,000. All roads to bullishness as it sits right now start off at $84,000. Okay? That's just what it is. And as you can see, we got sucked right back into that area as soon as we came outside of it. Boom, got blasted right back in. Rejection from the 50 moving average. Bing, bang, boom, right? Now let's show you the real deal, Holyfield, which is the big range. The big range, baby. The big daddy Bitcoin range. The value area low for this range, basically everything that has come from the parabolic move up, subsequently after that, you need to get above $85,500. So essentially what I'm telling you, all roads to a bull run start at $84,000. At the very least, they start at 82, which you're going to see 82 is right where the 50 moving average is, 82.5 on the 4-hour chart. 82 is where the 200 moving average is. 82.5 is where the 200 moving average is on the 1-hour chart. That's where you can start reclaiming bullish territory, right? Until then, I'm holding my short until we find those things out. And honestly, I've got shorts layered. I'm ready to rock all the way up 80K, 80.3, and 81K. I'm good. I'm layering shorts in there again. I'll do it again. I'll take the same ride all over again, baby. Make another 15 hundo. I'm good with that. So with that being said, that's what we're seeing on Bitcoin right now. I do think that we have 64K in play. I do think that 72K is for sure in play. We're $6,000 away from that. We'll see how it plays out. But as Buamio said, he's been telling his friends to watch me because I've been very right. And it is unbelievable how right I am sometimes. Honestly, it surprises me, to be honest with you, because I'm super salty about my $8,500 profitable trade. Why am I salty? Because I didn't hold it to the 74K, 74.5 price target that I had. I had 74.3, I think, was my price target or whatever. And we hit 74.4, right? We hit 74.4. I would have taken profits there. I'm not going to argue with anybody over $100. I had profit targets at 76, 78, 74. And I took it all off of the table at 79 up here. It was like right here. Because I was like, you know what? I'm good here, right? And then bam, bam, bam. Now, here's the one good thing that could be coming, okay? And I'll just let people know. Now, this is a very small charting pattern comparatively to everything else, okay? But would that get us to where we need to go? Yes, it would. It would get us to 82.5, 75% of the measured move. So if you are like praying on, you know, is this a 4 hour? No, 1 hour. This is the only bullish thing I see right now is the inverted head and shoulders. I don't believe there's any bullish divergences. The one that was here already played out. As you can see, boom, it already played out. Okay. It's not a powerful enough bullish divergence. We're not super oversold, right? This is on the 1 hour chart. Again, not super oversold. On the 4 hour chart, we already bounced. We could get a rejection here, come right back down, right? There's nothing bullish here except for that one charting pattern. Apparently I need to short VPNs, says R. Gilbert. Is the Discord open? It will be. It will be. Yeah. I'll give you guys a link to the Discord. I'll start dropping them in the what's it called? So basically what it's going to be though, I do need to be transparent about the Discord. It is not going to be free. Okay. But it is going to be less than $1 a day. So it's basically nothing. It's going to be $29 a month. I'm going to give you like my real deal insights. That way you don't have to wait for me to go on a stream. I'm not going to stream every trade that I take. It's ridiculous. I got to come into my studio, turn all my lights on. It's crazy as hell. Plus it takes me an hour to do a stream, or at the very least 30 minutes to do a stream. Whereas I can drop levels in there, and I have another verified pro trader in there that drops their levels in there. Okay. But this is going to be a paid group. You can get into the free group. But if you want the real sauce, you're going to have to pay $30 a month, $29 a month. So if that sounds like it's something that you guys want to do, let me know. And we'll open it up to the public, man. We have not opened it up to the public. I haven't given it to a bunch of people yet because I don't know how people feel. VIDT, Sonic, 100%, bro. I mean, I DCA'd. I took 25% of what I'm comfortable putting into the markets, and I put it in last night, baby. Yeah, absolutely right. Oh, you can't sign up for BitGet. Yeah, VPN, bro. VPN. Hell yeah, he said he got out of it. All right, that's good stuff, R. Gilbert. R. Gilbert was asking if he should get out of this long Cardano trade. It was a few days ago. It was before all this stuff happened. And I said, yeah. Yeah, definitely do that. You're going to get a better buying opportunity here in a second. All right, we got Sui in trading, plus trading with less than $100 doesn't seem practical to me yet. Bro, honestly, it's not really. I mean, okay, so for example, I took a $5,000 trade yesterday that netted me $1,300. So let's say that you traded with 1% of that, right? Let's say, 5,000, you got $100. 5,000 divided by $100. So 1/50th of what I trade with, right? So let's say I made $1,360. Bro, I mean, you would have made $27, bro. You would have added 27% to your portfolio with that one trade. It's practical, bro. Like, then you just stack your way up, bro. You just got to stack your way up. Yeah, I mean, DCA, do whatever you got to do, man. Sometimes you can trade on a phone, but if you're doing it really fast on the fly, sometimes you have to take the trade on the phone because sometimes you don't have enough time to get over to your computer, man. Even though I say I don't want to do that. Yeah, Dex, I already know Dex. He's been down for a long time. He said, I'll pay it. I'm good. Richard 4, he says he'll pay it. He doesn't even want to trade. He just wants the good levels so that he can DCA in. No, there's not going to be any discount, bro. I mean, I've already given away 7x, 8x, 9x on my channel for free. People that have been watching me, as much as I would love to continue giving away free content, it's becoming very burdensome. to like, and the fact that I've like helped people 7-8x their accounts is absolutely insane. But yeah, $29 a month. If you can't afford it, just don't get it. Like, it's $1 a day. It's less than $1 a day. You go look at Frankie Candles. His group is way more expensive than that. Go look at Jason Casper. Go look at Crypto Lifer. Go look at all the guys that have groups. My group isn't even close to as expensive as theirs is. So yeah. We did the market research. We know how everything's priced, and mine's priced about as good as anybody's. There's no way that anybody, if they actually have an account to do something with, there's no way you're not going to make $30 a month. You could do that off of one trade. One good trade. VIDT, let's do it. Vidit. Oh, but what I will say is you do get a discount if you buy months at a time. So say you buy 3 months at a time, I think you get a 5% discount. If you buy 6 months at a time, you get a 10% discount. And then if you buy a full year's worth at a time, then you get a whole 25% discount. Yeah. So you can still get discounts. Just, I would have no way to track how people have watched me on YouTube. Right. Either. This, I don't know if I've ever heard of this. Spock. All right, let's see what we got. Let's pull our fib from the high to the low. See if we got a 0.5 retrace. Nope, we got a 0.382. Good thing I didn't bet Spock a kiss on the lips about that. Because I'd be puckering up, baby. This is what, the 4-hour chart? Okay. This looks like a 0.782 retrace right here. Wow! It's 0.782, almost a full one. Almost a full 1.0 retrace. Okay, so, I mean, swing trade-wise, if you're looking at DCA, I mean, dude, like, that was your floor right there. Not knowing what the fundamentals are on this thing, man, I would say there's downside here to about 1.6 cents at the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Let's see if there's anything on the 1-hour chart that coincides with that. Yeah, about 1.4 to 1.5 cents. I mean, you got your floors here, right? Boom. And boom, right? Those are essentially your floors. Maybe you've got another kind of floor right here at about 1.68 cents. I mean, those are your levels if you're looking for longs. I don't think there's a trade here right now, but I would be targeting 3.8 cents once it's all said and done. That's what I would be targeting at the very least, right? And if we get to the 4-hour chart, I can zoom out just a little bit. And you see what I'm saying? Like, I would be targeting 3.8 cents or at the very least right here, right? So about 3.5 cents. I mean, that's a massive risk to reward. Say you come in and you hit a nice long position right here at these lows, right? You're going all the way up for 3.5. You know, you set your stop loss below these lows. Boom. I mean, you probably got a 10x risk. Yeah, 11x risk to reward on this, you know? I assume that's probably what you're trying to do is go long. Adrian Kent, Sonic. Yeah, dude. I went long Sonic. I got some Sonic last night. What do we have Sonic on? It's got to be Bitfinex or... Oh, I remember. We've been charting FTM because all the Sonic charts suck for whatever reason. We've been charting FTM. So Sonic is the rebrand of FTM, right? So we got. I mean, you've got a downtrend. Surprise. But you also have an uptrend here, and it bounced off of the bottom end of that, like, pretty well, if you look. Perfect bounce. Oh man, I mean, this thing's gonna. I know it's gonna sound stupid, but this thing's either about to go slamming up or it's gonna go slamming down. Here's your floor right here. Like, you really have to hold the 43-cent range. That's really what it comes down to. You get below 43 cents, you're shorting and you're writing this down, right? You get above right here, boom, you back test, you're longing, right? So let's take this trend-based fib off of here, and I'll show you where you could be potentially going. Probably 90 cents, probably about 90 cents, these previous swing highs and then this swing high right here, right? The good news is that you've set a lower low, or a lower high, but you've now set a higher low. Again, like, either way you cut it, it's still a higher low, right? Now, macro wise, this is on the daily chart. Now let's look at the 4-hour and see if that tells the same tale. Unfortunately, it does not. So you've got your high, your low, you've got your higher high, or your lower high, you've got your higher low. But then guess what? You've got your lower high and then a lower low. So you're in a macro downtrend or a micro downtrend yet again, right? And as soon as you lose this level right here at about 42 cents, yeah, I would call it 41.50, 41.5 cents. You got to hold that level. If not, you're shorting and you're probably coming down here to about 32 cents. So that's what I would be doing on Sonic. Things get murdered. Yeah, if you're long, you're short-term bullish. Sui. I tried to long Sui yesterday. I got stopped out for $95. It was at the same time I made that $480 long position on Bitcoin. I mean, it ran further than we thought. It ran further than we thought. We gave you this short yesterday. We said, look, or not yesterday. It was a couple days ago. I think it was on Friday. We basically said, look, you come up, you tap this, you tap in, you short it, boom, you write it down to here. I did not think that it was going to run all the way down here, but obviously you got paid on this. And that is exactly why the Discord's going to cost $1 a day. Because I give shit like this out every single day where people are just getting paid and paid and paid. Now, your floor, right? I mean, I don't see you going below like $1.50 here. If you go below $1.50, like Sui's going to be in really bad shape. But because you busted out of this trend channel, boom. So, I mean, if you bullishly backtest this and bounce, I mean, you're going places. And what I mean by places, I mean, you're coming back up here to these swing highs at about $2.84. As it sits right now, I would not be entering any trades. You're in no man's land. I would either want to see a reclaim of some of these moving averages right up here. I would want to see, let's see. I would either want to see a test of $1.50 or these previous lows and a double bottom here. You can enter, $1.75 double bottom, boom. But again, if Bitcoin starts going down, you're probably going to come down more like here. And you don't have to be exactly there, but my point is this is where you would start targeting, right? And if you break down below that, that's where you got to start shorting at $1.50. Now, say you come up here to this, it's the same exact trade, right? And you get a rejection, you start shorting here, right? Now, if you can get above the 0.382 here, that's where you long. Same trade. So the trades are still the exact same on Sui. The only difference is you got paid on this one already. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing on Sui. Man, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, you give value and you don't ask a lot of people, right? I try not to ask a lot of people. I'm not going to sit here and charge you $500 for a group. It's crazy. Some people are diabolical with their pricing. Now, I understand if like you've got 1,000 people in there and you got to start raising prices. I totally get that, but like, I'm not starting off. So our Gilbert said people are using my name on Discord already. Who's using my name? Who's using my name? Hey, if he didn't recognize the hospital pizza comments, then it's definitely a scammer, because I would have recognized that. I'd have said, everybody pray for Richard 4. All right, let's check out ETH. Dude, ETH got murdered. It went down to like $1,400. It was crazy, dude. Yeah. I mean, technically, you got your entry for this massive, massive long, okay? Like, you came down and you bounced off the bottom end of the channel. Like, you never confirmed below it, so you would not have gotten stopped out here, even though I did have this stop set, like, super tight. I don't know why it was here. But this, because look at this long trade. You're targeting literally, like, friggin' $2,800. Like, this is not, I mean, this is like, what, this is like probably like a 30x risk to reward or something stupid. Yeah, risk to reward's 12x. Yeah, your stop loss would be under this swing low. 5.5x. So, I mean, honestly, yeah, you just got your entry. I was talking about 1550 for a good entry. That's actually where I got my entry last night, was like 1550. But some people got their entries at that 1480, man. That's dirty entries, man. Now, here's my only bias. If you got this entry, hold it. Just hold it. Seriously, hold that. Because I promise you, like, it doesn't really get much better than that on the entry. The only better entry you're going to get is 1350. And what's the worst case scenario? If you're already long and you come down here, say you get a rejection here, right? You get a rejection, and then you come down here, pick up more. That's it, right? But as soon as you get below this thing and you confirm below it and you get below this level, that's where you're shorting, right? I mean, you can short here if you really want to, but you got to get under it and get a rejection, and that's when you short. Not like this, right? This is not a confirmation under that level. So, yeah, I mean, you could short ETH here. I would say this is your safer trade, and then you would be targeting probably the $1,100 range, right? Which is boom right here. But I mean, this is really good entries for super, super good bags of altcoins, man. Like, super good entries. That's why I went and did my thing on the altcoins, man. So I'll keep everybody apprised of the situation. I mean, gold is bouncing just like I said it was going to, just like I thought it was going to. So I told everybody to enter here. I put it in the Discord as well. I put it in the gold group. I do everything that I can. Hell yeah, bro. 1580, right? That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Dude, I'm talking about, I picked up probably 100 different altcoins last night. Maybe not 100, but dude, like 70. Probably easily, like, I went on a buying spree, man. So, I mean, these are good prices, dude. If you're, think about it like this. Like, what is your downside risk on DCA spot bags from here? If Bitcoin goes below $68,000 and just crashes out, right? What are you going to lose? 20% on your altcoins? But if Bitcoin bounces and goes to new all-time highs, what do you think those altcoins are going to do? 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x? I'd say that I'd risk it for the biscuit, man. I think the risk is worth the reward. But that's why I'm saying, if I don't have $100,000. I'm saying, just say that you have $100,000. I would break my buys into 25% increments. So my first buy that I would have done last night, or even you could do it today, would have been for $25,000. Then my next buy would be for $25,000, $25,000, $25,000 at different levels, okay? That way you're DCAing in at the best prices. You have the least amount of downside possible. And then if it does get under the levels where we know it's not going to recover for, another cycle, then you can cut bait. You don't lose that much money. But if it runs, you're going to get 3, 4, 5Xs on top 100 cryptos, 10Xs on top 100 cryptos. Nuts. Like, look at Avalanche, man. It could 10X to its all-time high. And Avalanche can go to its all-time high. Look at its tokenomics. They're the best in the game. They burn all of the gas fees and everything, and their tokenomics are some of the best in the game. How did Solana run up to a new all-time high, but Avalanche didn't, right? With an even crazier market cap than it had back in 2020. Solana, right? Market cap was insanity. So with that being said, I'm going to give everybody a basically a free 55-page trading document that they can go and check out. I will have all this stuff built probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So definitely by the end of this month. I'm going to give everybody these documents too, right? That'll all be a part of it. I'll give you these, charting patterns. There will be a Candlesticks 101 document where it teaches you how to read candlesticks, all that type of stuff. Give you an entire document on how, and this is all for free. And then I will open up the Discord. I will drop links in the sections for anybody that wants to get into the Discord. And again, full transparency, it will be $29 a month starting off. Only discounts are if you buy months at a time. So, yeah, I think it's worth it, man. I mean, I think it's worth it to just show up to these friggin' streams. Everybody's been getting money if you've been showing up to these streams. But, you would not have seen those other trades that I did, like the ones that I posted on Twitter, right? I didn't mention this trade on a live stream because I did this trade so fast, right? I didn't mention that trade. That $480, I didn't mention that trade. You wouldn't have known about this trade. That's almost $4,000 worth of profits that nobody knew about, except for if you would have been in the Discord, right? Because I can tell people in there fast, whereas it takes me a while to set up streams. So with that being said, if you want access to that, drop a like on the video or let me know in the comments section. And if you want access to that, again, remember, we have 7, 8, 9x'd over the past 3 months on YouTube, live in front of everybody's eyes. And you can always go fact check everything that I do. We have not taken down a single video. You can go and see pretty much every trade that we've made. And you can fact check us on it. Go do whatever you want to do. Hopefully we see you in the community whenever we open it up to the public. And appreciate everybody for showing up. I will see you all soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Peace.